Hello, girls, guys, or otherwise. This is Rich with another Table Talk Thursday. Of course, as per usual, I have our Table Topics cube. If you would like to get your own cube, as I almost dropped everything in here, all over the floor. If you would like to get your own Table Topics cube, go ahead and go into the description below. There will be a link for cubes just like this from the manufacturer, from the manufacturer's website. This one, unfortunately, is no longer available, at least that I could find. Anyway, while I'm getting things set up here, if you have not yet subscribed, go ahead into the little down below area, the nether regions. Go over here, click the subscribe button, click that bell notification. YouTube might let you know whenever a new video is posted. Remember to comment, like this video if you like these videos. If you dislike these videos, also go ahead and hit that dislike button and comment. Let me know why you dislike it. Maybe I can, maybe I can't make anything better. I know yesterday on yesterday's video, I did get a comment saying that yes, keep the music in there. It is, relaxing, enjoyable, something to that nature. Anyway, sorry, I had a little burp there. Grab your coffee, grab your tea, grab your beverage, whatever it may be. Sit on back, relax, and let's answer this week's question. Good one. Have your ethics changed through your life? See, the thing is, what do you consider ethics? Are we talking death penalty, or are we talking about abortion rights, or are we talking about how certain individuals are treated? I think everybody should be treated like a human being, up to a point. There are certain people out there, on the extremes, of course, that just want pure chaos, that want to do nothing but murder and cause mayhem within society. And I think those individuals need to be kept from society, not necessarily in an inhumane way, but kept from society for the protection of society as a whole. If we're talking ethics such as death penalty, yes, my views have changed through my life. Let's see, my views on abortion, and I was going to make, let me adjust this here. I was going to make, and I'm peeking a little bit, I was going to make, let's get off the sound quality issues here. Try this again. I was going to make a video solely on the issue of abortion. I figured it probably would come up in a Table Topics video at some point. My issues with abortion are, it's all complicated. For one, you don't want people to, like, if you are one that believes life begins at conception, you don't want people to be able to get an abortion because that could be potentially cutting off a life. However, I have no agency over somebody else's body, so in no way, shape, or form should I be infringing my beliefs of a possible sentient life onto somebody else. Then there are the issues of how this pregnancy came to be and stuff like that, and it gets very complicated very quickly. And so I figured, okay, let's just go ahead and address this. So I sort of believe sentient being, or sentient life begins at the moment of conception to a point, but it's not necessarily a solidified state, if that makes sense. I believe that, while there is the possibility of consciousness from a soul, however you measure the quality of a soul, or the legitimacy of a soul being there or not, which is a whole other issue. I believe once a soul is in a body and stuck there, that they are a being and should not be killed. Now, I believe in more of a a soul being able to pass to, like, in and out of a fetus while it is in that moment of gestation. So sometimes, you know, miscarriages happen. And for people who wish to have a child, this is a very, very upsetting issue. And this is going to be an upsetting issue to discuss if you're in that situation. So I do want to stop here and also caveat all this by saying that if you are not comfortable discussing this, please feel free to click off of here uh, and go about your daily life, because my goal is not to make anybody feel uncomfortable. I'm sorry, I'm also fiddling with the settings here. Let's see if I do 300. Oh no, not 3,000. Hold on. There we go. Sorry, I'm fiddling with my settings to try to bring me a little bit more in the focus here. Okay. Because yesterday I was wearing my work shirt and I kind of wanted to, cut off the name, the logo of the company that I work for. Not that it's any huge secret. It's just that that's not how I need to be representing the company. Anyway. So yeah, here we are. Okay, we're back. Yeah, if you do not feel comfortable with this topic, feel free to click off, and I don't hold it against you one iota. And as with any topic, I fully support people's rights and their legitimacy of disagreeing with me. Absolutely, let's have a conversation about this, but let's keep it civil. I just want to caveat that. So whenever it comes to abortion and the abortion issue, the moment of conception kind of starts the life, but it's not really solidified until birth, and that's whenever like a soul's locked in, kind of. Okay, so at that point, even the law, which can change, and is an entity in and of itself, the law, that fully supports at the time of birth, that's when life begins. So we have no distinct way of telling philosophically what time life begins, and that is up to each individual's own thoughts and beliefs and social structure and whatnot. So we're looking at that, it's kind of hard to tell when life begins, and we're not going to get really too into it. I told you my beliefs. Go ahead and tell me yours. What gets me is the amount that my ability to influence or to express my rights stops whenever it starts infringing on somebody else's rights. So what that means is my extent of being able to throw my fist stops at the tip of your nose. So if I end up hitting you, I just committed a crime. But if I swing my fist and don't intend to hit you and I don't end up hitting you, I am fully expressing my right to self-expression. So what that means is, as long as if an abortion does not hurt me, I have no legal right to tell somebody else that they cannot have it. I do not have agency over somebody else's body. I do not have the capability of telling somebody else that they absolutely should not ever do this. And me being somebody that will never, ever be in that situation, cannot even fathom the process that has to be gone through in an individual's mind, whether or not to keep something that is growing inside of you. It was a hard decision for me to have to put Coda down when I did, and seeing him suffer was a huge part in making that decision. I had him for 9 years, and he was my buddy, but I could not see him continue to go through that. Um, the situation of an individual needing to take care of a life, because I feel that they shouldn't end this potential life, is not my decision to make. So that's kind of where I sit on it. It's very convoluted, and there's a lot more nuance to it, and there's a lot longer of a conversation that we can have on this if y'all want to. But I mean, I don't like the thought of abortion, and I don't think anybody really is like, hooray for abortion. Let's go get this clump of cells, or this fetus taken out of me. No, I don't think anybody's rah 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 abortion, but I I know that there are people there that are like, abortion is murder. Nobody should be able to get it, which in a societal construct is actually damaging. Because people will end up getting it no matter what. But the subject of abortion is more geared towards its legality, and having abortion available in a safe manner is something that should happen, because a lot less people end up becoming injured or mutilated or dead because of a safe abortion that is available. So my ethics on that have definitely changed, and it's gone through years of, well, what about this, what about that, and I think that's something that everybody should do at several stations of their life, is examine, where do you really sit on this issue. I used to be more conservative, more Republican based, and now I'm pretty Democrat. I still will claim independent party, or no party affiliation, because I don't think Democrats or Republicans have all the answers, and I don't think that any political party will ever have all those answers. I certainly look back on the George W. Bush era and say, oh my gosh, I didn't realize he did this or did that, and how damaging it was. Um, but I also look at the Obama administration, which I was not a huge fan of, and I look at that and I say, you know what he did there was fantastic. Would have liked a little bit more from that, but what he accomplished there was huge. And there's a lot of also nuance in that can that can be designated as good or bad, or what the surrounding reasonings were for this, that, or the other, or whose hands were in the pie. And there's a lot of nuance there. There's a lot of history that you have to look at there. So that's something that I have to sit there and look at in my life, is I may not have been a huge fan of him at the moment, but have my views changed? And yes, they have. Um, Now, throughout the Trump era, I could not stand him. I haven't liked him since I think it was like 6 or 8 years old, somewhere around there. And he was like kicking some old lady out of her house so he could build one of his golf courses or some crap, one of those monstrosities. And I thought, oh my gosh, this guy is an atrocious human being. Of course, I probably didn't say atrocious because, kid. But I'm like, this guy's a horrible human being. Who would do this to an old lady? He was just trying to kick her out of her house, and she's like, no, I don't want to leave my freaking house. And I can't remember what came of that. I'm guessing on the age, so it could have been, 93, 94, somewhere around there, time frame. But yeah, I haven't liked him for years. I thought he was a horrible, horrible human being. And yeah, I really did not appreciate his presidency, if you can even really call it that. Um, yeah, and especially the ending of it was particularly atrocious. So yeah, there's that. Full of treason and whatnot. So yeah, my getting back to the question at hand, have your ethics changed throughout the year or throughout your life? Yes. I also used to be a death penalty is okay type of person, not an advocate like, yay, kill them all. No, absolutely not. But I was one of those, you have a cancer in society, cut out the cancer. However, now with more information coming to light and all that, to me at least, I'm sure to others a lot quicker, but at least to me within the last couple of years, it's like, okay, for one, it costs less to keep them alive until they actually die of natural causes. And we have killed people who are legitimately proven innocent. And that is an atrocity that our society will one day have to answer for, and should have answered for it already and have not. So yes, my ethics have changed. And again, I say that this is something that should be examined throughout your life and put under a microscope. Really ask the hard questions with it. Ask it of religion, ask it of science, ask it of any conspiracy theory that you think might be out there. Hi, Karen. The fans love you. You should really do more up close and personal. Nope. Okay, fine. Yeah, you have fans. Perform for the people. Perform for the people. Okay, I guess not. Ow. Yeah, she says no. She wants to speak to the manager. So anyway, by the way, Jelly is sitting up on a box over here. Still have yet to move things around in the witchy room. I've been actually focused more on the eBay side of my life and trying to get stuff photographed, organized, listed, and sold and shipped and all that other stuff. Good problems to have, that I have time to do this while I am, again, still on part-time employment with the storage unit facility that I work at. So fantastic problems to have, that I have a lot of things to do, and one of the big things to do has to do with providing a living. So anyway, what I was saying is that throughout your life, examine these things like the conspiracy theories. Examine them. Ask the hard questions. If you don't get the right answer, maybe the theory isn't really correct. Ask the hard questions on abortion. Ask the hard questions on vaccinations, and get the correct answers from somebody that is knowledgeable and educated on the subject at hand. There are so many people out there that can give you legitimate answers. Don't run from them just because it doesn't play into your theory. Same thing with what you call it, the death penalty. Research the goods, research the bads, research the ugly things about it, and make an informed decision. I actually talked to my friend on Inauguration Day, and I told her, I said, what do you think of the possibility of America, should we go to the mandatory vote, where, like, I think it's Australia has it, where if you are a resident, you have to vote unless you pay like a $25 fee. It's not something so cumbersome that you can just say, it's not something cumbersome that it impedes you from saying, no, I refuse to cast a vote, but I have to anyway. You can decline to vote, but you pay a fee for it. And her answer was, I would rather have people be an informed voter and make an informed decision based on the pros and cons and everything of a candidate. And I thought that was an appropriate answer, and I can agree with that. Um, being informed and being educated, well-rounded um, on the subject at hand is something that is so important and needed in our society today. Um, says the person that, makes YouTube videos about witchcraft. Um, it's not that I'm not informed, it's that many people find it as such a new agey woo woo, doesn't exist type of thing that I'm telling people to become informed about, other parts of life and whatnot. You know, question your religion. There's nothing saying you can't, and there's everything saying that you should. Um, examine it, pull it apart, look deep into it, and ask the hard questions. Become that investigative journalist of your own thoughts and beliefs, your own ethics, and your own morality. Where does this sit? And do you agree with everything that you agreed with when you were younger? Your younger self? My younger self, I kind of would, um, I'd probably punch him. Yeah, he was quite the asshole. But um, I think that's another thing that comes with age and experience and talking to people from different walks of life and everything, is that you end up um, you end up being a part of this wider group of people from different thoughts and belief systems, and you end up evolving your own personality, your own way of thinking, your own way of life, instead of being stuck in that downward spiral of hate and vitriol that so many people end up finding themselves in. So, anyway, this is a little bit longer than I wanted it to be. I wanted this to be a quick and easy video so I can get it edited and uploaded and whatnot. This is going to have a little edits. But yeah. Anyway, with all that being said, join me on Saturday for our Witchy Book Club series. Join me on Sunday for our Christo-Pagan series. Not sure exactly what I'm going to be doing for that one, but I think I'm going to be reading from the Nag Hammadi scriptures. I think that needs to be a thing. So, anyway, join me on those days, and then we start this week all over again on Tuesday. So, until next time, may you have love, hugs, and ladybugs. Bye-bye.